Hello everybody, Stuart Jean here, coming at you from Musicians Institute, Hollywood, California. This is our last video with Drum Magazine on running tracks in a very simple form using good old cell phone here with the Show One app. And today I'm going to show you just an overview of a rig I use for my gigs with the corporate band, using an iPad for my charts, an old phone for running tracks with Show One, and even another phone for just using Click for myself if I feel like I need it on some tunes, and also using a tiny little mixer. Super compact rig without lugging around an expensive laptop, and getting some use out of some old devices that are laying around because they're constantly sending you new ones to upgrade to. And using all this stuff keeps it set up on stage. I'm not pulling my personal phone, on and off out of the rig. I can just use that on my breaks and use it for what I need it for, or maybe even set that up secondary off to the side, shoot some Facebook Live videos or Instagram or something like that. So check it out and, let me know what you think. Thank you very much. Take care. Okay, so for my setup here, there's usually a mic stand near me, maybe to mic the hi-hat, or one provided that has a small personal mixer with a mix for the whole band that I can control. That's keeps me from having to bring extra gear, but if I have to, I'll bring an extra little cymbal stand or mic stand for this little rig I'll show you. First piece of gear is this iPad clamp, iPad holder clamp by Tether Tools. And what's great about this, there's a giant clamp right here I put on near the bottom of the mic stand that's provided to keep the weight distribution down. So keep this low down here. And what's great about this is all loose in here, and all I have to do is turn this one thing, and now everything's nice and tight. So I have endless flexibility with that. Then I like to use an iPad mini. And this comes with this nice sturdy case and covering. Once I have it on, I can adjust the angle. And I use this for my charts. I use Fourscore. I have all my tunes in here. Someone calls a tune. It's very easy for me to just start scrolling through charts. I write small, little, simple charts to remind myself of sections. You can make set lists and all that. So mainly use this for Fourscore. Next, I take another iPad clamp, a full-size iPad clamp. This is by a great company called the Gig Easy. Little clamp here and the bracket. Next, I take an old plastic shell of an iPad case, old full-size iPad case, and I have two phones and this little tiny mixer called Just Mixer by Hart, H-A-R-T. This is not state-of-the-art, but this is really good for when I'm flying out of town and I don't want to bring too much, and it runs on batteries, so don't have to worry about power converting or just carrying bulky power adapters around and all that. So, and I just Velcroed this stuff on, and I'll explain how I use these. Velcroed on so I can easily get them on and off. I can charge them easily. And here's the mixer, battery powered. So I'm going to put this in here. So what's happening here? This has 3 channels, 1 and 2, and then an auxiliary channel and a little output. And in channel 1, I have a little cable, 1/8 inch stereo cable, and I use this phone purely for if I need some click. I want to run my own click for myself. Maybe it's a new song I haven't played too much. I want to check that tempo. And I have two different metronome apps. This Yamaha one is basically the click station, and we have good old tempo. You can use anything you want. And I've also got live BPM down here. If I just want to, I love using live BPM just so I know I'm playing the tempo I'm playing, but I'm not listening to a click, and it just helps me ingrain that tempo of a song, and I don't have to feel like I'm relying on a click for anything, and then I kind of know I got it. So that's just running out of here into there. And on this phone, as we looked at in the past videos, I'm running the Show One app. The Show One app, I have all my tracks here. I could have set lists. And here's the USB to Lightning cable that goes to the little interface. And I have that sort of taped down to this. And here's our Native Instruments interface that we talked about in the last video. And I actually, on this bracket down here, holding this iPad case, I Velcro this down under here. I do that because it's going to have the audio cables coming out, running to the front of house, and that can weight it down. It's a small little unit. I also have the power adapter, optional power adapter, AC adapter coming out of it as well. So if it's right there, it's nice and steady. It's not going anywhere. I don't want it to fall or get kicked or fall and a cable come out. So this is the little tiny rig. So, yes, I could be toggling through screens. I could be playing a track song. Obviously, if I'm playing a track song from this phone, I'm not worrying about using a click over here. But these tracks are going to the entire band. And the count offs and the clicks, if you saw the other videos about this Show One app, I could run a click just from here. I could leave this on a song we're not playing tracks, go to a metronome, which I've done. But then the band's getting that, and sometimes that they don't want that. It's really just for me if I feel like I want to run a click. So that's how that's working. And then my charts are independent over here, so I'm not worrying about, I want to focus on my playing, and I don't want to worry about moving around here too much and toggling between screens, and sometimes apps will crash, or maybe you're running a click from the iPad and you need a chart, and then the click stops working. Yes, Fourscore does have a click that you can program as well and use that. But I just like everything independent, and I just feel better about it. And I have the stuff laying around, so it's pretty simple. It all fits in a little case. As far as this mixer, the reason I have the mixer is then I would take a line from the Aviom mixer that they would give me right here, which has separate channels for drums, keys, bass, guitar, percussion, all the vocalists, tracks, the count off, the click, everything. Usually like 16 channels. I'll just take the headphone out of that and bring it into this mixer, and then I have control over my click and the overall mix of the band, and it's very convenient, and it really, really works for me. And all of this stuff fits in a nice little rig. So this is convenient, and I'm just putting it all right here on one stand, and it's all in my left hand while I'm playing. And a lot of times I'm playing a lot of dance music, so I'm just playing 4 on the floor and playing hi-hat and snare with my right hand, and I'm toggling around. Oh, we got a track song coming up. I got to get a chart going. Let me turn this off, whatever it is. So there you have it. Simple little rig that I hope inspires you and lets you see how simple you can do all this, running tracks and use your old phones and all that. So thank you, everyone, and hope you enjoy.